From the moment Ben could walk, his parents warned him. Never step outside without an umbrella, not even on the clearest of days. The dragons see everything, his mother would say, tucking the small black umbrella handle into his hand before he left for school. They snatch up those who walk bareheaded under the sky. You never know when they will get you. His father reminded him every morning as he opened the door, his own umbrella already unfurled. "Don't worry, Dad. I'll remember," he would say. The whole family followed this rule. Neighbors might stare, children might laugh, but Ben's parents paid them no mind. They were safe. And those without umbrellas? They were fools. For years, Ben never questioned it. His hands grew used to the grip of an umbrella, just as his mind grew used to the ever-present thought, what if today is the day the dragons come? But then, in his teenage years, a question bloomed in his mind. Where were the dragons? He had never seen one, never heard of anyone disappearing, except in stories his parents told, stories about reckless men who had scoffed at the warnings and stepped out, bareheaded, only to vanish. One day, in a fit of defiance, Ben did the unthinkable. He stepped outside without an umbrella, just for a second, just to see. Nothing happened. The sky did not darken, the ground did not shake. No monstrous wings blotted out the sun. And yet, his heart pounded, his breath shortened, his skin crawled with invisible danger. He ran back inside, gasping, slamming the door behind him. The dragons were not real, but the fear was. Over time, Ben learned the truth. His parents had been wrong. Their own parents had taught them this fear, and their parents before them. A lineage of terror, passed down like an heirloom. Yet, even armed with this knowledge, Ben found he could not shake the panic when he walked outside bareheaded. His hands still twitched for the familiar weight of an umbrella. The fear did not leave just because the belief had, but he was not the first in his family to question. One evening, while helping his grandmother in her garden, she whispered to him, "I see you looking at the sky, Ben. You're starting to question, aren't you?" She paused, watching him closely. "I suspect you already know the truth. We don't really need the umbrella." Ben looked at his grandmother in shock. "You know," he said. "Yes, honey, I know. Not everyone in our family learns to question, but some of us do," she explained. "But Grandma, I know dragons aren't real, but why am I still afraid?" he asked pleadingly. "Because, Ben, when you believe a thing long enough, it works its way into your bones, and it takes a long time for the bones to forget a thing." She reached into her pocket and showed him a tiny umbrella-shaped charm. "I keep it with me when I leave the house. It's just enough to keep the dragons out of my bones." So, with his grandmother's help, he made peace with it. He found a small metal charm, shaped like an umbrella, and strung it onto his keychain. It was tiny, insignificant, but it was enough. When the old fear stirred, he touched the charm. A silent reassurance, a compromise between past and present, between heart and mind. Because as Ben had come to learn, knowledge is knowing dragons aren't real, but wisdom is knowing how to respect them anyway. And in this way, Ben learned to walk freely under the sky.